Namaste, everyone. Welcome Monday meditation. Nice deep breath, oxygenating, relaxing brain, dropping into the ocean of peace. Aho. Welcome. Just letting the day roll off of you. Any tension, just dropping it into the earth. Just feeling the love in the heart. This beautiful inner ocean. Just swim there for a minute. Just feel that beautiful feeling. It attracts the healing. Just dropping out of the beta wave, brain wave, down into the alpha wave, to the theta wave, deeper waves. Be like a bird today. Feel that expanse, beautiful space, oxygen, freedom, clarity, good feelings. Create that cushion, that default setting, where no matter what's going on, more peace available. It's right there, waiting for you. So what's the problem? It's always the mind, right? Always wants to hijack your brain, hijack the moment. Right? Why does the mind hijack the moment all the time? Why does it hijack us? It's sort of like it's just right there, right? It's like the minute you wake up, it's got you. It's so demanding, right? So we just relax the mind. Mind is the cause of ignorance, misperception, all sorts of problematic things. So the chain of pain, the chain of bondage, we spoke of that last time. Let's just go through what that means. In India, it's basically a set of Sanskrit ideas, but these ideas all refer to processes going on. So we go from ignorance to lack of discrimination. So that's ajnana in the Sanskrit, to aviveka. And then the real clincher is abhimana, which translates to wrong identification. And so this is super valuable because this is what we're doing, right? We're identifying with every thought. And you think that's you, right? Oh, I have this thought, it's me. Yeah, there's truth to that, but we're not just a thought, right? So the thought has this sort of bondage capacity to it, so it hijacks you. But if we can use, this is sort of the key phrase in Sanskrit, it's called vairagya, which means dispassion, right? Meaning it's like whatever. It's like, okay, you're not so hooked into it. You're not so addicted to the thoughts. So we're going to relax this abhimana principle, this over-identification with mind stuff. So the best solution is, let's call it the vairagya of meditation, right? This dispassionate, deep space that liberates us from the bondage of language. So we breathe. So just notice, we'll put this to action, right? What thoughts are you thinking and how hooked into them might you be? Just notice what's coming up. Sort of like being in the control tower and you're landing the planes. Right? There's a lot of value in each of these thoughts. My experience of thoughts is that when you no longer need them, or they no longer need you, it's like, bye. That's the key, right? It's really hard to suppress and repress the thought that's active with you. Turn if someone's complaining about the volume, turn this up a little, maybe that'll help. Turn this down. Speak a little louder. Okay, so thoughts, breathing, noticing the thoughts, the cascade of thoughts. Nothing wrong with the thoughts, right? What's wrong is if we're too hooked in. That's where they get sticky, right? That's the karma part. And so back to the chain of pain, where you have this identification with the thoughts. This Sanskrit word is the raga and devesha, these two concepts of attraction and aversion, right? We get in further deeper into the polarity of these thoughts. It makes it even more entrenched because those thoughts lead to karmic action, which usually brings suffering ultimately because it embodies us into more density, into more construction of materiality, which is all fine if you're in a nice relationship to that that's detached. So we're working on that today, right? This vairagya, this detachment from the chain of pain, healing technology, right? How to listen better to the storm that occurs in the brain when we're upset. So we're just going to listen in. It's noticing what's happening. That's meditation, right? This observation deck. You can go deeper than your thoughts, so then they behave better. You can stare them down, suggest they come back later if they're still clingy. So we're going to bask in this inside-out bubble. Pure I am consciousness. The ultimate space. We breathe. Within the meditative universes, there's different, you could say, platforms of attainment. They're called upayas. Upaya translates as a means, right? So the initial anava upaya means that you do practices, you do seva, you chant, you use mantras, you sit, you do yoga, right? These are practices. You could say anybody could do those and not be that spiritual even. So that's level 1. But then the idea is this next level, upaya, shaktopaya, is you're bringing in awareness of knowledge of who you are. It's a deeper situation. And so then you need to do some of the practices less, possibly, right? You might not need A, B, C, D, F, G, right? It's just you just go immediately to this pure I am place. So there, you skip 2 levels. You're very advanced today. So then the 3rd level, Shambhava Upaya, which is like the space of Shiva. Shambhava is Shambhava is expanded principle where you see everything as God. So if you're there right now, yahoo! Just seeing it all as divine. The only problem is the mind might think some thought about that interferes with that. But the beauty is that deep peace does not interfere with that. So the deeper meditation you can do, the less interference with the resonance. So this dukkha, this pain that comes about from this chain of ignorance to lack of discrimination, false perception of the self, actions that take us in different directions, attraction, aversion, leads to stuckness, blockage. We forget. We wish we hadn't done some stuff, and then we do these things, and then it's painful. So then we need to meditate to undo it. Go down into the well of wellness, grab hold of this supreme principle. It's like bring the pure I am back up into play. And then there's nothing else to say. It's a beautiful day. Just feeling that expansive feeling. Breathing with the nose. Allowing. Softening. Lightening. As you get more quiet, you need less oxygen. The heart can relax. You can bask in the glow. Anything you are projecting out, look inside to see what it's all about. You're the source of the energy. You energize your mind when you direct it, focus it. Whenever you're focusing attention, that is a kind of meditation, metta attention. clear any collective stress, collective anxiety, collective anger. So we just drop into the wholesomeness, polarity free, no mind zone. So after we tune into the senses, tune into the mind, and you can pull it in. Right? It's called Shama. It's this gathering of the mind. Dhamma, like my name, Sudhamma, means having good self-restraint, right? So Dhamma is like self-restraint. The Shama and the Dhamma bring the mind and the body to peace, and then we pull them in. Pratyahara, Titiksha. And then that stillness, you could say, pollinates the world. You're blessing everyone with your peace and stillness. In India, there's a term for the wish-fulfilling trees, the kalpa vriksha. And there's different kinds of meditations. Nirvikalpa samadhi, savikalpa samadhi, and sahaja samadhi. So what are those? So the nirvikalpa samadhi means no thoughts. You're just floating in the zone. Savikalpa samadhi, usually you need some kind of target, right? You're meditating on the self, or your breath, or a candle. But then there's this other wondrous state called sahaja samadhi. Means you could just get up and walk around and you're still in samadhi, right? You're still meditating, but you're processing, you're walking, you're maybe even talking, but you're still in this deep samadhi. So that would be the ultimate, right? So that wherever you are, would be heralded as your deepness, because you would be so deep, just being there, just so deeply. You say that's an attainment, right? You have to practice that. It can happen spontaneously, right? But it's good to have a strong mind, right? You can focus. So then the strong mind can relax and release and go into no mind. And then your consciousness expands massively when there's no mind. There's no limitation. So let's do a mindless expansion. Just, delicious mindlessness. No mind. It's good to have a mind, but it's good to be able to have no mind when we need to. No mind. Someone would ask you, what did you do in Sudama's meditation? Well, we sat there and did nothing. It's good. Yesterday was the full moon, the new moon in Scorpio. I'd say it's kind of a deep new moon. Good for planting seeds. In a sense, your meditative stillness is like the earth, right? That we receive the seeds of light. Planting those seeds of light. New moon is, you could say it's low energy in a sense. The tide is out at some level. It's like it's of a depth of the wave, or the trough of the wave, necessary trough. So we gather ourselves again, refresh, renew. The past month was a huge collective event still going on. But you can kind of feel the dip right now, right? It's sort of, the forces are regathering themselves. Mars has gone direct. Right? The introverted meditations that people have been doing are going to bear fruit now. We're going to go forward with strength. Mars isn't just a bad guy. Mars is like going forward with power. From this deep Scorpio place, this is very good. So we can gather that scorpionic power inside of yourself in the deep zone, ruled by Pluto, slow-moving killer, transformer. It's almost like the wild animal has been shot, yet it's still running. Right? Pluto has delivered its strike to the forces of the country. So we breathe. We just watch as certain things fall apart and certain things renew, certain things arise. Notice the reflection in yourself. Came up with this phrase, focus on the reality you got, not the reality that's not, whatever that might be. Put on your love sweater and you'll feel better. The love sweater. Never felt better than when I wear my love sweater. Basking in the glow. Blast away the past away. Outlast the past. Central nervous system, down the middle of the spine. strong. Okay, if I feel the collective here and I feel the connection of the central nervous system to the peripheral system, that's a little weak right now. So let's just strengthen that, right? So I feel this ka-ching in your body. It's like connected, not like what? Strong. We breathe. It's good to drop in healing corrections when we're in this sort of delicious sauce of meditation. Right? It's much easier to receive corrections, to make corrections, make adjustments however you need to. We go to somatic nervous system, could be better as well. Connecting new glands, organs to the spine. Good feeling connecting. Purple power. It's the universe where everyone is right. It's just they can't be attached to the outcomes. Otherwise, attachment. Number one sticky. It's like meditation. I'm just laughing like fingernail polish or remover. Takes that stuff out. Strong stuff. Right, you got to get down into the multiple layers of chronic, right? Sentiment that becomes sediment, layer after layer. And this is what happens when we heal and meditate. We can release these layers of sentiment, sediment, karmic accumulation. You're done with that stuff. Just let it go. Sometimes we just need the directive, right? Our human biocomputer is voice activated. Your DNA is voice activated. We are voice activated. It's phenomenal that that's the case, right? Someone could change your life by just telling you something. You could change someone's life by just telling them telling yourself something. Just noticing how this supercomputer is just ready at any moment to leap into action, take care of business. What is this super biocomputer? When we do self-inquiry, you then end up noticing that you're a genius when you get right down to the deepest part. A steady genius that you are. Everybody's a genius at being themselves for sure. And I would say everyone is a genius, pure and simple, right? Everyone is the divine force. So no matter how messed up you feel, bad you feel about yourself, whatever crazy thoughts are going on, those are just surface layers we just delete. It's sort of like you're Captain Kirk sitting in the starship chair and just tell Mr. Sulu what to do. Warp 5. You're the commander. You can command. So just keep resting in the stillness. So beautiful, such a good feeling. Brings everything to balance. Number one thing is to bring the negative electric pressure with the positive pressure, to bring that water alkalinity, all right, the pH of the body perfect alignment. If there's pain, it's usually going to happen in congestion that connects to cerebral spinal fluid, spinal cord, the brain. The hydrogen is not doing its job correctly, right? It's been blocked, or hydrogen is the magic stuff. It has no opposite, right? Like every other atomic element has an opposite. The hydrogen is unique. The pH, the percentage of the hydrogen, we're just hydrogenating, lightening, moving up towards the hydrogen, lifting out of this, the density of the heavier atomic pressure in the body. And if we keep sliding south of water, slide into this density of particles per cubic centimeter, that's disease and problem, right? So we lighten, move into the alkaline spectrum, lightening. If there's a particular part of your body in pain right now, bring your attention to it. And we're going to just drop some healing in. So whatever you're focusing on, we're defragging the negative electric charge. More love, more pure I am awareness. Just deleting the charge. Good feeling, bringing in the healing. There's a part of the brain, it's called the thalamus. It's kind of like gathers all the information, incoming information. It's like the initial processor. And then if it's an emergency, it'll send it immediately to the amygdala. If it's not an emergency, it might send it to higher chakras. It might sort of distribute it to the prefrontals. Right? Thalamus knows what to do. So let's just notice that there's a part of the brain that's organizing all the sensory data, informing your glands what to do, and it's picking up like, peace, good feelings are coming in, lightness. That tells your cells, you can expand, the DNA can open. It's like the word goes out through the body, it's safe. Most of the time, you can notice you don't feel so safe, right? Contraction is not a safe feeling. And there's so many threats, so many stresses. This feeling of safety. I like to say, if you weren't made out of safety feeling, you wouldn't be able to experience it. Because you're made of the peace, it's available. Just bask in the glow. Think of meditation as it's like the sponge of calcium. Meaning calcium travels around your body and soaks up acidic substances, right? So if you have a stomach ache and you drink a little milk, some kind of calcium or magnesium coming in, right? Dissolves the negative particles. It's like the calcium buffer. If you have osteoporosis, probably means that your body is eagerly seeking more calcium to buffer your stress. And it's robbing Paul to pay Peter, basically, right? It's stealing it from your bones. So I would suggest make sure you get enough calcium, especially if your bones are getting brittle. Right? As the hormones in the body decrease with age, we need to balance out with other minerals. So we want to defuse the fight-flight trigger in the body. It's an entire nuclei in hypothalamus. It's all ready to pounce, ready to run. Just want to relax. Hypothalamus. Feel this figure 8 energy. Relaxes the brain. Namaste, Kimo. My good brother from San Francisco and me. Just feeling the peace. Relaxing brain. So you can work with the breath. You can suck in a lot of oxygen at once. That's usually very helpful. You could try that. Like a and then just hold it a second or two, and then slow release. That could really gel you down. Let's do another one. And the tube breath is good because it brings the oxygen all the way down into the gut. And hold. Slow release. And we glide. Just feel that lightness that comes in. Beautiful, pure I amness. A part of you that's watching you be you. That's one of the smartest things I feel I could tell anyone. Observe the part of you that's watching you be you, because that cuts right to the deep self. No other plateaus of upaya or means, right? Just direct connect. Aparoksha, it's called in Indian philosophy. You don't even need to see the smoke to believe in the fire. Direct connect. The fire is you. If you're feeling restless for any reason, contact the warmth that circulates as the blood, as the Kundalini Shakti, as the meditative prana moves through you. It's very subtle, but you'll experience it as a warmth. Just as I was pushing the live action button earlier, I heard this thing, swing! As one of these strings completely undid itself. Let's see if I can. There it is. It's like us, right? Every once in a while we You'd think with 20 strings it wouldn't matter. But it does, it just does matter. Just let the sound take you deeper. It's Gandhi's favorite melody, Raghupati Raghava Rajaram. Just feeling that meditative pull. Let's just drop back inside. Just feel the gravity of the self pulling you in. Oxygenating, flowing, breathing. Relishing the stillness. It has a quality to it. This is really good for everyone to do if you feel like it, is vibrating your throat, humming, creating a vibration in your body. You can drop it down in your chest. You can bring it up higher up. It's like M&M's. This actually helps certain chemicals release in the brain to do that. You can do all the different vowels with the M. It might feel a little silly if you're not used to that, but we're such high-speed creatures that it's good to do things really slow sometimes. Just imprints them differently. So in order to counteract the chain of pain, we've been speaking about detachment, vairagya, dispassion. What is a nice practical way to accommodate this information, I would suggest, is to think about, it's like you're creating a room inside of yourself that's untouchable. It's like a default setting that is impervious to pain, impervious to anyone else's opinion. It's like a zone that you carve out. And it's totally doable. Because no matter what crazy stuff is happening, you're the center of that perception, right? If it weren't for you being who you are, there would be no perception. And so all this data coming in to you means that you are the power, right? So 51% rule is in effect. Major shareholder status is bestowed upon the 51%er. It wins the elections, makes you the major shareholder dude. So we're just using this 51% feeling to own that space of peace. It's completely free. Anything external. Beautiful. I see the empowerment feedback coming in here. You are the power, right? The body is 20 million years old ultimately. Right? The genetic information has figured everything out over 20 million years. So all you have to do is ask this brilliant biocomputer of your body, and it really is on our side, right? It really does want to help us. But it's also a horse without a rider sometimes, so we need to provide this direction for the horse. It reminds me of a story Baba Muktananda used to tell of Sheikh Nasruddin is riding on his horse backwards. He's galloping by and someone goes, Sheikh Nasruddin, what are you doing riding the horse backwards? And he's like, I don't know, ask the horse. He says, where are you going? I don't know, ask the horse. Right? It's like technology. It's kind of out of control. We're kind of sitting backwards on the thing. But the body, I would say, is the most amazing technology in the galaxy. All the other technology is modeled after it, right? iPhones are a copy of you. A computer is a copy of you. You're the dude. So you set it, right? You're the control vector. So it's kind of like wish-fulfilling tree. What is it you want? And the best thought for attaining that is to relax brain and drop into the waveform of meditation, which links you to more infinite possibility and resolves the limitations of particularity and density. Creates an attractor field that no matter how far-fetched, if you're energizing in that regard, you will attract that which you seek. Lucky you, the winner. Just breathing. It's always good for a blessing for the lineages, blessings for the grandparents, the great-grandparents, all the beings in your line. Blessing your father lineages, grandfather, great-grandfather, grandmothers, great-grandmothers, sending them love and peace, blessings. And then the trickle down is, they are you, right? They feel better, you feel better. Breathing. New moon meditation, very deep. planting those seeds so that they're nurtured in the warm, loving darkness. So just setting up for the next cycle. Namaste. So all of these meditations are put up onto the YouTube channel. Sudama Mark Kennedy, YouTube. You can Google that. Probably about 28 of them now. Many different subjects, so please enjoy. Have a beautiful evening. See you tomorrow, 4:32 Pacific time. It'll be more musical tomorrow and equally deep. Namaste. Namaste. Lots of love.